from the University of Miami, Jon Jay, won a World Series title in 2011 with the Cards from Miami. It couldn't get any better. This is the team of alliterations. All right, Jon Jay, Skip Schumaker, now maybe Adam Akbani, who knows? Adam, tell me a little bit about Jon Jay, what the Marlins are getting here with the Miami native.
Yeah, so I mean, I am kind of shocked to see this signing. I wasn't really expecting Jon Jay to enter the coaching realm, but I definitely see the connection with Jon Jay making his debut with the Cardinals back in 2010 and playing a couple of years alongside Skip with the Redbirds. So he was always a beloved figure in the locker room, one of the best guys on the team. I actually met him as a 10-year-old and I got his autograph a few years ago as well at a signing. But he is like obviously a Miami native. He grew up and went to the U. He played with one of my cousins or one of my friends' cousins, and he's always been like a fantastic human being. That's the kind of theme that you want to see. And seeing Skip and Jay have a really good connection in St. Louis. Now that I remember, I've seen them, kind of talking. They've always been laughing in the dugout together. We've seen them in interviews here in St. Louis on the local media. Always talking positively about one another. And there's never been a shortage of good things said about, like we've already said with Skip Schumaker, but additionally with Jon Jay. I think he's a class A act, fantastic addition to the coaching staff. And I'd love to see how he's going to be able to, work with the team to potentially lead them to the playoffs in the future.
That's cool. It's nice to see Skip bringing on one of his guys. That leads me to believe, and Adam, you may be able to attest to this more, that their rapport going back to St. Louis is likely pretty good. There must have been something in the waters there that, the first call that he makes to his coaching staff when selecting his guys for the coming season is Jay. Never talked about either. Pretty good center fielder in his time. I definitely think that's important, maybe for, I don't believe he's ever coached in the big leagues before. I mean, he was an active player as recently as last season.
Yeah.
So, we'll see how he does in his first go around. He could, we'll see how maybe he can work with the likes of, Brian Anderson, who we were talking with last night. Last night, Eli and Co. were talking with Aaron Layton, and Aaron was noting that Anderson's reads in the outfield maybe looked a bit lackadaisical at times. His first step wasn't that great. Maybe if Anderson is back with the club in 2023, Jay can be someone he works with extensively to fix maybe what had plagued him in the outfield when it comes to running routes. These are all just initial things that come to mind when thinking of players on the active roster at this time and the role he may play. I believe he's a first base coach too. So, it's interesting. I like the hire a lot.
Yeah. And you mentioned someone that just played as recently as last season, so he's still new and fresh to coaching, but he knows everything that's going on with clubhouses now, baseball now. He leans more, I'm guessing, more to the players as he's just coming off playing in 2021 to go straight into coaching. So again, I think it's a great hire. I think Skip is going to provide a really great coaching staff. And again, this is, I think this part of it is icing on it. We're not waiting for the cherry to see who gets on left in there, but to get someone who just played last season to just coaching now, Miami native, I think it's overall great for Miami.